Also, I remember a story about you trying ayahuasca.
Yeah, you want to talk about that?
I'm curious. I mean, if you want to, I'm curious because, like, not many people in Scotland talk about that. There's not enough people going to South America, Darren.
Yeah.
We need to open that space up.
Yeah. So I think, like, I don't know. I think I come across as dry and straight-faced because in my head, I'm living in fucking Toontown, right? It's craziness. So when I talk about going to Peru, I get a feeling that a lot of people don't believe me. And I'm like, I went to Peru for 10 days and I took ayahuasca. When I talk about it on stage, I think people think I'm talking shite. But I did it. It was my second year sober. I did it. I actually had an acting job. And on the acting job, I heard one of the actors across the room talk about DMT and ayahuasca.
Yeah.
And I said, ayahuasca, I've took DMT, but what do you know about ayahuasca? And he was like, I take people over to Peru and I take them through the process of doing it. And I was like, wow, I'm actually talking to someone that could make that happen. And I did it. I was doing panto in Dundee. And we were living in student digs. And it was fucking hellish, mate. It was so hellish. And this guy was messaging me when I was back in the student digs, alone myself at Christmas, in these empty student digs. And I just caught myself. There's a term in sobriety called against the grain.
Right.
And I love it. You do things that make you feel uncomfortable to make yourself better.
Yeah.
And I loved that term in early sobriety. And I thought, well, this is the perfect example of against the grain. And if I don't do it, then I wouldn't say I was a hypocrite. Aye, shite bag. So I signed up and I went over for 10 days and I was like literally in the middle of the Amazon jungle for 10 days. And it was a crazy experience. Yeah, it was intense, mate. It was intense.
So the only thing I've done was mushrooms. Legally, in the Netherlands, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, so the mushrooms were fun. But I always go, anything that does that to my brain and it's such an intense experience can be good for it regularly, right? That's my theory on this.
Yeah.
But like, it was fun, it was great, it was some interesting experiences, but I didn't get the whole I saw Jesus and the Creator and I understood myself kind of thing, you know? Yeah. I just went, like, I remember I was taking notes, right? So this is the kind of drug person I am. I am tripping balls on mushrooms in the Netherlands. It's 2 a.m. and I'm on my laptop trying to write down what I'm experiencing.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys. I'm journaling. And I remember what I wrote down was everything's echoing over and over, because my thoughts were feeling like I would have a thought and then it would become this thought would become another thought, and it was like a dream, but like with eyes wide open kind of thing.
Yeah.
So everything's echoing over and over. ... I am the Hulk. Because I looked down at my fingers, and because it was dark and the light of the laptop screen, it seemed green.
Yeah.
So I would look at it and would just go, whoa.
Hi.
Right. So that was my experience. And the second time I did mushrooms, it was hellish. I was feeling a bit depressed, and I ended up holding on to my cousin. I was like, don't let me go, because I might kill myself if anything happens.
Oh my god.
Yes. So I'm like, so what's DMT like?
Well, I've done mushrooms once and they weren't strong.
Right.
And it was a nice wee experience. I remember watching Daft Punk live and it was quite good, but...
Everything, just you seeing shit, things happening.
And like giggling and laughing. And DMT, I think I've done DMT maybe 10 times. And I've had some bad experiences on it, but that's with the company that I've been in. So... You're not supposed to drink alcohol and take it. and I've walked into some situations.
Oh, sorry, I confused DMT and ayahuasca, but they're overlapping, aren't they?
So I'm not an expert on it, but I know DMT is in ayahuasca.
Right.
It's made differently. So DMT is just DMT alone. There's nothing else there, and you smoke it. And then ayahuasca is 2 types of tree bark with DMT, but they boil it and brew it and make it into this potion, and you drink it. So DMT only lasts for 10 minutes, and it's not addictive. You don't get a come down from it. It is like very intense, but you know, it's 10 minutes. And it was nice.
I mean, you can literally wrap it up on a school night, you know. Like.
Yeah, it was nice. I was drinking cups of tea after it and stuff, and I mean, it is like very intense. And then ayahuasca, you drink it and it makes you purge.
Purge, like what?
Yep, it's designed. My experience is it's designed to make you physically, mentally, and spiritually purge. So when I was drinking it, I just was sick for 4 hours, and then you do hallucinate and stuff. A lot of the things that I was getting was through dreams, like that night. So I don't know if I enjoyed ayahuasca. It was scary.
Was it?
Yeah, I wouldn't, like when people talk about it, I'm like, I would recommend taking DMT. I would say absolutely take DMT. DMT is good fun. Ayahuasca, I don't know.
Crack's not too bad either.
Yeah, crack cocaine's amazing. No, ayahuasca was like, we had to take it 6 times.
Keeps you fit.
Well, I had to take it 6 times, and by the 6th time I was literally praying to a god that I didn't believe in to please make it stop. It was fucking, yeah, it was crazy.
And I don't know, but like there's a very interesting drug community, and there's like different types, right? You've got your classics, you know, let's get fuck, you got gear, mate, you know, you got gear, excuse me, pal. You know, you got that crowd.
Yeah.
In the drug world. And that doesn't have to be, I'm not even talking about like whatever fucking socioeconomic class. We've all seen bankers absolutely fucking losing their minds on like cocaine.
Yeah.
But then there's the other group of like, it's all good, bro. Just embrace the high, bro. You know.
Yeah.
And like, what was the ayahuasca crowd like? Because I feel like not everyone goes to Peru to try to meet their maker. So I feel like there must have been some fascinating characters.
Yeah, there was like 13 people there, from all around the world. Some really nice, some quite weird. But you know, mostly hippie-ish. But yeah, it was kind of scary. It was scary because you start to think, you know, there was people that go there for like proper trauma.
Yeah. And
to hear them go through a purge was very scary.
And when you say purge, there's like, are they talking about, like, are they just, it's almost like they're as you said, like unloading all this emotional content or emotional baggage that they've been carrying around?
There was things that happened on ayahuasca that I thought, if I wasn't so strong-minded, I think I would have lost my mind, because there was some things that happened that I just can't explain. And like hearing other people purge, you get a wee purge bucket when you're sick into a bucket. Hearing other people purge was not, it felt almost like demonic. So when I was purging, I could physically feel, it's hard to explain, like I had depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts. So when I was purging,
it's a Monday, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. So when I was purging,
Tindered by a depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts.
But when I was purging, I could feel that leave me. I don't know how to describe it. I knew that it was leaving my body, and I know that's a very wild thing to say. But when I could hear other people purge, I was just like, that doesn't sound human. that sounds like evil. I could like hear evil leaving their fucking bodies, and I'm just sitting in this hut in the middle of a jungle, like, what is happening here? There was also a trip as well when we were all together, and we were tripping, like, it felt like a shared trip. So it was like we were, say that we were taking ayahuasca together, I felt like we were communicating. I can't even believe see saying it out loud, I feel
no, but like, because it affects your senses. The whole thing is like, I don't know if it's similar to mushrooms, but what in my experience what mushroom do is like, it affects all your senses.
Yeah.
And by that I mean even your ability to reason. Like, shit makes sense to you that does not make sense in the real world.
Yeah.
It's almost like the part of you know, when you think of something and you're thinking about something and that part of your brain goes, yeah, that makes logical sense.
Yeah.
It gets affected.
Yeah.
Right? And then it flares up going, yeah, that's cool, that's correct. It's shit that normally it wouldn't.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm a bit wary of mushrooms. I'm like, some of the things you think while you're on shrooms, you're like, nah, this is not a reasonable thought.
Well, the thing that we were going through at the end is when we were tripping, I had this thing of, I felt like we were communicating through telepathic messages. So I was like, Silas, are you okay? And you were like, yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, this is intense. And I felt like we were all kind of doing that at the same time. And after it, even the next day, when I was talking to everyone was like, I experienced that as well. So it was like a shared trip, which is very strange and similar to DMT as well. When you take DMT, a lot of people kind of experience the same thing at the same time.
Imagine running it back like someone recorded it and you're just going, you alright, pal?
Help me, help. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely glad that I've done it. I don't know if I'd do it again. I'm absolutely, I would say that I would 85% never do it again. I'd take DMT again. And there was some good things that came out. I mean, I remember DMT, I got a really good experience. I used to be a mad ecstasy. I used to take ecstasy a lot, like dangerous amounts. I remember once I took a silly amount that I could have really hurt myself.
What's a silly amount of ecstasy there? Is it 69 grams or something?
18.
Oh God, okay.
18 eckies when I was younger.
Oh God.
£2. £2 a love heart.
Oh God.
I took 18 and I thought I was fucking lucky that I never died. So
you
when
could say your heart didn't love it. Shoot me now.
So when I took DMT, I got a message. It was like, don't take ecstasy ever again for the rest of your life. Never take that drug.
Did it take DMT to get that message?
Yep.
It's like, from the other side, I'm getting a signal.
As I'm smoking a crack pipe for the DMT. No, but it was genuine. Like, my friend was like, what did you go through there? And I was like, I just got a fucking weird goblin tell me never to take ecstasy. And a hand to my heart, since that day, I've never took ecstasy since. And then with ayahuasca, I got a vision of, because I went to Alcoholics Anonymous and I classed myself as sober. When I was 2 years sober, I thought it was a lot of shite. I was like, I'm going to start drinking again, I fucking hate this. And then I took ayahuasca and I got a vision of like, stay sober, don't ever break your sobriety. And I had the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. I took that over there with me, which I don't know why I did, because I didn't like it. So I had this stack of books in my hut, and then after that trip I was like, I might as well just read that fucking book because I've got nothing else to do for the next 10 days. And then I read it, and then I was like, I think I'm going to give that sobriety thing a proper go, and then I've stuck at it. So there's definitely positives that have
come out of it.
Yeah. Get your dick out.
Was it ayahuasca?
Yeah,
Was it?
yeah, that was the vision. It says,
Like-
get your dick out.